Well, we finally got a somewhat decent day here. It's been windy and cold, well below zero for the last few days. And we got some drift action on the driveway, so I'm going to go in here and see if we can't fire the tractor up and clear the driveway before that stuff turns into slush and then freezes again like it always does. Hopefully this thing will start. I'll have to turn the gas on and hook up the battery and all that, and then top off my hydraulic fluid because she's a leaker. Pretty much everywhere it leaks. Gonna have to go through that maybe this summer and see if I can't fix it, but for now we'll see if we can get this thing fired up. Alright, should be ready to go. Let's see if this thing's gonna fire up. Must have been stuck. He was real stubborn this morning. Tapped on the side of it. Now it seems to want to start up, so let's see if we can clear out some driveway. fun. It died on me about a dozen times down the driveway there. And every time it died, I always had the fuel in the filter. Filter's clean, plenty of gas in it, so at least we've got the rust in the tank situation taken care of. So it must be somewhere maybe in this inlet, or the bowl, or the fuel float is coming up and then the needle's sticking or something, and it's not allowing gas to get back in. I don't know. So I'm going to have to take that carburetor off and try and figure out what's going on. I'm kind of surprised it lasted as long as it did, because back when I was having all the rust issues with the tank, a lot of that stuff was just going right into the carb. So I imagine I pull that apart, I'm probably going to find some junk in there. But it lasted a few years since I had it apart the last time, so I guess it's due. Well, alright, I think I might have found the problem. I was going to take the carburetor off, and I started doing that, and had to disconnect the fuel line. And I was able to get a good look at the filter, and the inside of the filter was plugged up. But even worse than that, I don't know if this stuff will fall out. There you go, big chunks of rust in the valve, and this short hose here is completely full. You can't even see through it. So I'm going to clean that stuff out, put a new filter on it, and I think we'll try it again. That was probably my issue, and the carburetor's still probably okay. Alright, I got the line and the valve cleaned out, and you can see all the crud that was in there. And the filter stopped quite a bit. I've been putting these on backwards for a very good reason. Normally you'd put it so the inlet is on this side, and you can see how much crap you're stopping in the filter. But on these ones, the filter media isn't attached at all to this top part. It's a cheap Chinese piece of junk filter, so if you put it on the right way, the rust just goes straight around that and then into your carburetor. So I put them on the backwards, opposite way, so the fuel comes in here and it's kind of caught in that paper filter. So I can't really see when they're totally full of crap, but apparently it was. So I'll slap it back together and see if it'll run a little better. Well, at least I know I'm catching the majority of the rust inside of this fuel setup here, and it's probably not getting to the carburetor. But we got it all back together. Let's hop up here and see if it'll work. I think it should work. There we go. Alright, I think that took care of it. I went and plowed a little bit, and it never died on me, never skipped a beat, so I think that's all it was just some rust in there. I thought I had that problem solved, but apparently not. I'll just have to keep an eye on that and make sure it don't clog up again. But I think I'll do a little bit more plowing there, and then put it away, and then maybe bring it out in a few days, because it's supposed to be really warm, and I have a feeling that the driveway is going to start to melt, and it's going to get real slushy, so I might try to kind of plow that off to the side. We'll see how it goes.